Hello, my name is Jacqueline Obando, and I will be talking about the interview we had with Mike Tucker. He's a CASA advocate in Orange County. We will also be talking about how long he's been there, what the organization he works for does, what they represent, types of support and services that they offer, and also different outreach methods to continue supporting children in this field. The reason I'm choosing to focus on CASA is because I feel that it's more related to what I want to be doing in the future. So, and what they represent, it's very important and beneficial to the children involved. So, things like helping youth who have been removed from their homes. CASA provides assistance and materials to foster kids. They also serve as a voice for children who can speak for themselves. They also partner with many different associations and charities to raise funds for youth. And lastly, I feel that it's more the most important thing is that they lead with empathy and compassion, who just want children to succeed. And even though they've been in the system or they are in the system, they want to help them build that resiliency to help them succeed no matter what. Mike Tucker is a CASA advocate in Orange County. So, CASA means Court Appointed Special Advocates for Children. So, what they do is that they represent children in the court system. They go with them to the court and make sure that the children's voices are heard. So, they talk to the judges, they talk to the lawyers to get what the children want across to them. They also serve as a friend or guide to help children who have been abused, neglected, or abandoned. One of the quotes he shared during the interview, it's a matter of what you give from yourself, and that is what the advocacy is all about. So I think us talking about advocacy, I think it's very important that we get familiarized with ourselves and how much we're able to give, and just be prepared to give as much as we can. Since these children need a lot of support, we need to be able to give that support to them and help them cross those bridges into better times, better positions, and to hopefully find like a good home where they're going to be stable and loved. And he also says that he likes working with teenagers, and the reason he mentioned why he likes working with that age group is because he said he likes challenges. Since they are more grown, he likes talking to them more and shaping them or changing their views to give them a better outlook on life. So Mike Tucker, during the conversation, also shared that CASA provides a powerful voice and meaningful connections for children who have experienced neglect, abuse, and abandonment. So this little section right here also comes straight from their website. At CASA of Orange County, our mantra is I am for the child. Being a CASA means helping to support and protect the rights of our county's valued children and to give them the nurturing and stability that they deserve. So again, they're putting the best interests of the children first, which is part of our job as well as educators to make sure that children get what they need and support them while we're there with them through our paths together, to make sure that we're going to be there to support them and to show them that they have someone that cares about them and values them and just wants them to achieve great things and to excel in many ways. During the interview, Mike Tucker also shared some services that CASA provides for children in the foster care system. So some of them are being a mentor to these children, so these children can call them anytime they want. They visit with them, they provide services for them, they take them out to places. It was funny during the conversation, he said that CASA advocates are sometimes called or referred to as like the Disneyland parents, just because like sometimes they take them out to the amusement parks or just try to make them have like a good time, which I thought it was interesting. They also provide assisted living for young adults, so children that are about to age out of the system. Then they provide that financial support or like living arrangements for them. So what they ask the young adults to do is just to go to school or to find a job and pay rent, so that whatever rent they pay, they put it back into a savings account for them, so that when they do exit the system, then they have those finances or that monetary assistance to help them lead more independent lives and find their own way. They also can become educational representatives. So CASA advocates need to petition the court if children do not have their parents around or like a responsible relative. Then they can also petition the court to become their educational representative and make sure that children are getting their services at school, especially if they have disabilities. They also provide training. So CASA advocates are volunteers. They provide a 12-week training for volunteers to train them in how to work with children and being that advocate that children need in their lives. So now we're going to be talking about the Bronfenbrenner's ecological model. So Bronfenbrenner is a psychologist that came up with this model of how events or things around children affect their development. So there's 5 different levels, and based on the conversation we had with Mike Tucker and all the information he provided, out of the 5 levels, I feel that CASA can fall under the chronosystem level, just because the chronosystem says that it stands for like changes over time. So things that have affected children during their lifespan, how they've been growing up, loss of parents, different change of homes and environments. Some of these kids are not growing up in the safest places or communities. So all those changes, all those things affecting their development, I feel that CASA wants to lessen and decrease. So what they're trying to do is help foster kids build resiliency over time and to help them become independent. So just those patterns of different things that have happened in their life are shaping them into the type of individuals they are. So some of them are getting into a lot of trouble. Some of them like need a lot of mental health support. So I think that's what CASA is trying to do. So help children build positive relationships, at least with that one person that's always there, since they don't really have that stability. Then I think CASA wants to give them that type of support as long as they can. So the Anaheim Community Foundation is a nonprofit organization that provides support and services to community. They also provide grants and scholarships to young adults and teenagers for school, job training, whatever they choose to use it for. They also use funds to improve the community around, so it can be accessible to all community members. And they also provide senior programs and therapy sessions for individuals. Next, we have Stand Up for Kids. They are also nonprofit. They provide support to youth in Orange County with housing. They have one-to-one mentoring, group mentoring. They provide food services and mental health services. Their main focus is around youth that are involved in gang violence, substance abuse, human trafficking, and hunger. So finding ways to decrease the likelihood of them being involved in that type of situation. So they also focus in the age group of 12 to 24 years old. And they also have a link for you to inquire about becoming an advocate. And their main goal is to end the cycle of youth homelessness. We also have the Mercy House. So Mercy House also provides housing and services to homeless families, individuals in recovery, or individuals with disabilities. So their main focus as well is to ending homelessness in the area. So all these organizations are in the Orange County area, since our interviewee works from that area. They provide different residential services, housing, homeless prevention, permanent housing, and emergency services. So after learning about CASA and what they represent and how much good they do in a child's life, I would like to get more information on becoming a CASA advocate in the future. So I just need to be able to get more information about it, and I think get myself in a good headspace where I can actually like focus on what I'm gonna do, and like Mike Tucker said in the beginning, know how much I'm gonna give myself to them. So I just need to be more prepared and get all the information I need to become that CASA advocate for children that need it. Also, since I am an educator focusing on getting more information on how to help these children in the school setting, so if they need mental health services, if they need more support, how to talk to them. So I think that bringing all that to my work can help these children more as well. To finish everything up, I think being a CASA means thinking about doing what is right for the child. So ourselves as educators, that's what we do as well. So thinking about what are the ways that we can help children grow. What ways can we decrease those barriers where they can reach that level of success that we want for them and their families want for them. How to help them build that resiliency to make sure that they become individuals that are independent, that they know their self-worth, and that they continue pursuing things that they want to accomplish. So I think that all has to do with just wanting to see them change, and knowing that they are able to accomplish those things. It's like Mike Tucker said, it is a rewarding life experience, and hopefully I can continue seeing that in my children or in future students. Hopefully if I do end up doing something like Mike Tucker, then at least I know that I'm also doing more to change these children's lives, and empower them to realize their potential. So being an advocate for children means putting yourself out there again in the beginning, like when he mentioned that we have to know what to give out. So I know that we have to do more for them, and we have to use our voice and what we know to best support them. And as educators, we also have to be held accountable for that. So we have to make sure that we know what we're talking about, to spread that awareness and to make sure that children are getting what they need. And to wrap it up, I just want to end with this quote from Mike Tucker. If we want to stop the rotation of kids in jail and career criminals, we have to start at an early age when we have that chance and influence them to get them on the right road. Thank you.